Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you help me out. Give it a thumbs up, maybe a comment, maybe a subscription if you're brand new. And if you really want to help my channel out, you can always become a patron. That is massively appreciated. Now, before we get into today's video, I just want to thank everybody who liked and supported and subscribed and commented to my episode on the Offbeat podcast with Dan and Luke. I really enjoyed it. If you've not checked it out yet, it's about an hour long. Go and show it some support. If you like me and you support me, go and give it a like, a little bit of a watch. Let's get the views bumped up. Just two really good lads who started the podcast, and I really want to help them out, and you can help them out too. So I really appreciate it. If you check the description to this video, there's going to be loads of stuff down there. But the first thing you'll see is a link to their podcast video. You can find it on Spotify as well. So thank you. Anyway, now, welcome to a Bood FM original. All or nothing with Derby County. Now, where's this video come from? Well, like most of my videos, they can build upon each other. At the start of FM22, I did a video called Can Anybody Save Derby County, where I put three top-class Premier League managers in charge of Derby. I gave Rooney a go and he nearly did it. I gave them three a go, Tuchel, Pep and Klopp, and they all bombed. They were shit. It was so crap, I thought I need to do more to this video, so I'll give Warnock a go. He didn't do it, but then Big Sam did it. I think he did it on goal difference, but Big Sam saved Derby. The difference was that was earlier on in the season when I think they had roughly a 12-point deduction. Now, as most of us know, it's 21 points. If you start a save with Derby now, you're starting on minus 21 points. What a challenge that is. I don't think any manager could save him. But then after doing my cheat code video with Haaland, where I had a lot of fun doing that, where I trapped Haaland at Crystal Palace for 20 years, I thought, let's go the other way. Let's get the two greatest players possibly ever, who are still playing. They're old, but they're still very good. Let's make our own little universe, and let's trap them at Derby County. Can they save him? It's a tough ask, and we're going to find out in today's video. So here is the Sky Bet Championship, and you can see down there below, Reading have got 6 points, minus 6 points, but you'd take that over the minus 21 points Derby are starting with for going into administration. Now, of course, Derby are rock bottom favourites to go down, and I was wondering, would it be any different with Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi up top? No, they're still favourites to go down. This is a mammoth challenge for Rooney and his boys. But if Wayne's going to keep his job and going to keep this club in the Championship, who else would you want than the two GOATs themselves? A trillion Ballon d'Ors between them. I mean, we both know how good they are. I don't have to explain how good they are. Everyone knows that. Different players, I think. When people compare them, it's the goals they score, but they're so different. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be the captain and Messi the vice captain. But first, let's look at the manager. And here he is, Wayne Rooney, who I think is doing a fantastic job in real life. He's paid for equipment himself. He's paid for a drone to monitor training himself. He's probably forked out a lot just because he wants to do well and he cares. I know people slag him off, but I think, as a United fan, I think he's our greatest ever player, and I think he deserves one and will one day have a statue outside Old Trafford. A lot of people have forgotten, I think, when I see on socials, how good he was as a player, and I think he will be a good manager, and he's got promise. Now, he plays a 4-2-3-1, which is what I play a lot of the time, but he plays the narrow version, which I think could suit. Probably going to have Ronaldo up top, I'm guessing. Messi will be on the right or the left. It's everyone else, though, isn't it? And it is a small squad. That's the trouble. Administration, it's threadbare, very small contracts. Now, we're going to have a look at Ronaldo and Messi in 1 second. But one thing I did notice when I went in the editor to put them into the team is Derby have got a lot of good young players with potential abilities of -7, -8, which is good. That kind of potential ability can become a Premier League level player. So if you can keep the team together, why not? Why can't they be successful? They've just got to get through this first season, and maybe things could happen then. Maybe you never know. But it's a lot of older players, a bit of experience, like Phil Jagielka. I hate his name. For change of value, obviously Ronaldo and Messi are up there. Jason Knight, who's injured, he looked like a good player. I think he's got high potential. Look at this. I mean, he's got no face. But all these lads here, Max Bird and so on, they have got good potential. Just got to keep him. So, of course, in real life, Messi went to PSG on a free, and Ronaldo signed from Juventus to Manchester United. Now, we're going to pretend that Rooney's used his little contacts Ronaldo and Messi have got together and said, look, I want to play with you before I retire. It's never going to happen, is it? I don't need any money. Do you need any money? We're both practically billionaires. Let's have a challenge. Wayne's been on the blower and asked us to come down. So they've signed 4-year deals on $5 grand a week. So they are the highest paid player, I think, at Derby, or definitely one of them. So they're trapped there for 4 years. They won't retire. They should stay there for 4 years, and we'll see what happens. Now, we'll start with Messi. When he's finished his 4 years, he's going to be signing for Newell's Old Boys back home. But he's 2 years younger, and he's only 34. So he's going to be 38 by the time his little challenge is over. And he's a good player, isn't he? Look at his attributes. I mean, Jesus Christ. Him alone should do this, really, shouldn't he? Now on to Captain Marvel, Ronaldo himself. Now he's going to be 40 when this is over. And I've seen Ronaldo retire at 39, so we're pushing him a bit more than he normally does. But I think he's fit enough. His natural fitness is 20. There's no reason why he couldn't play into his 40s. He said he wants to in real life. And again, he is still a very good player. And I'm sure he'll score a ton of goals. So will Messi. They'll both create goals. They'll tear it up. It's just everyone else in it. But they're still going to be able to win enough games to get him to not get relegated. So when his 4-year deal's over, he's going to be going home to Portugal to Sporting. I've taken over Derby just for the purposes of this. I want to have a look at the money, and they're starting with -3, nothing to spend, and 0 wiggle room in the wages. I think for a fact they're in a lot more debt than this in real life, but they're in debt, right? And they're in trouble. They're in administration in the game, but as we know, any good football manager player knows the game never lets a club die. There's always a takeover at some point, so hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. A tycoon takeover would be cool. Now I've got a good friend called Joe Page who is a diehard Derby fan, and he's keeping me updated and everything. And I think the latest is, if you don't know already, is Mike Ashley wants to buy him, and it's looking like he's going to buy Derby. I'd love to know if you're a Newcastle fan what you think about that. I mean, would he be a better fit at Derby? Will he come in and sort the club out? I mean, as long as they don't die, I suppose that's all that matters. So then, can the GOATs, Messi and Ronaldo, help Derby and Rooney survive? I was very excited to see. So we're going to have a look at each season and see what they got up to. Are they going to crash and burn, or are they going to drag this club back to where it belongs? So here we are, 1 year into the future. It's the 1st of June 2022, and Derby have survived. I thought they would. I probably did. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think a manager could do it. I've tried that with less points, like I said earlier, and all the best managers crashed and burned. But these two have really, really helped, especially Ronaldo, best player in the league, by a mile, the leading goal scorer in the league, and Derby finished on 47 points. So they'd have been up there. They'd have been up there punching, wouldn't they, for playoffs if it weren't for that. So if they're out of administration, which I'm guessing because the game never allows them to be in administration, next season could be a big year for them. See, never allow it, did it? But so by September 2021, pretty early into the season, new chairperson, Roger Abbott, takes over. Promotion from within, so I'm guessing, is he on the board? Who is he? I don't know. If you're a Derby fan, let me know. Has the guy got any money? I don't care. They're out of administration, that's all that matters. And Wayne is still in his job. He's not giving up, is he? How did his two boys do? Well, let's start with his old best mate, Cristiano Ronaldo, now 37 years old. Have a quick look at his stats this year. 44 games in the league, 33 goals. 2 games in the FA Cup, 1 goal. 2 games in the Carabao Cup, 3 goals. That's not bad. Messi, on the other hand, he managed 34 games in the league, 14 goals, 15 assists, creating. 2 games in the FA Cup, no goals. 2 games in the Carabao Cup, 1 goal. If we have a quick look at their whole season, you'll see they got knocked out in the second round against Burton. I can imagine they still do that with Ronaldo and Messi. Got to a replay against Millwall, got a beat in extra time. But when you look at the league overall, you can have a look at some of the results if you want. I mean, that's a bad patch. Managed to win a game there. Got a bit of form together, probably helped him survive. That was the end of the season. Sketchy. But it doesn't matter. They did enough. When you look at the championship team of the year, Ronaldo's in there. Where's Messi? How was Messi not got in that team? And Cristiano Ronaldo, let's pretend that's a GOAT because he is the GOAT. One best player. I'll just have to check to see if Wayne won manager of the year. He didn't. He should have. I mean, he's got Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. But he started on minus 21 points, for God's sake. Give him some credit. So taking him over again just to look at the finances. At this moment, they've now got 5.7 in the bank and 5 to spend. So he's got a little bit of money. I would use that money to secure all my young players. And, you know, I know it's only a game, but I like to imagine having Ronaldo and Messi training with them players in the mentor groups and all that. They'd be rubbing off on them money. It's going to hopefully make them better. And the debt has drastically reduced. So I don't know if this guy is real. I'm guessing he is. Abbott, is it? The guy's taken over. But the debt's come down. So the club's in such a better place. Now, this is going to be a fun season, year 2, with Ronaldo and Messi. No debt, not in administration. What are they going to do? Now, hopefully, they're not going to sell too many more players, because this season they did sell Louis Sibley, who's got a good potential. And they've sold him for a potential like 15 million in payments to Manchester United. They've got to stop doing that if they want to be successful. They've only got 3 years left of the GOATs. Sold in the first year is a success. But I was well excited to see what happened in the second year. Hopefully you are too. So let's have a look. Well, Derby, in year 2, I've got promoted. Through the playoffs, they beat Stoke on penalties in the playoff final. Decent season, 77 points, 123, drew 8, lost 15. Messi's nowhere but seen again, is he? I find that a bit strange, but Ronaldo, best player and leading goal scorer again. Rooney is still in charge. He's doing all right here, isn't he, Wayne? I mean, I think he's getting a little bit better. I want him to get better. I like Wayne Rooney. I want him to do well. I don't want him to get sacked. So let's check out Ronnie's season. He played 40 times this year, 28 goals, 7 assists in the league, 4 times in the FA Cup. That's promising. Scored 2, twice in the Carabao Cup. Scored 2. On to young Messi himself. He's young to me. Again, I think he's playing at the right wide. I think I've looked a few times. He's played on the left. Who cares? It's Messi. Put him where you want. He's played 38 times in the league, scored 11 goals, 14 assists, 4 times in the FA Cup, scored 2 assists, 4 times in the Carabao Cup, scored 2, 1 assist. Let's look at the results for this season in one go. And you can see they got all the way to the 4th round and got beat by Moneybags, Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Let's go down for the FA Cup, and they got all the way to the quarterfinals and got knocked out by Newcastle again. But if you look here, I mean, they managed to finish 3rd. It was sketchy at times. I mean, what was going on here? But then they've picked up a lot of good results right there. And if we go all the way down, another bad run really. But then won enough games maybe to push him in to the top and finish 3rd. And then they're not Luton out with 2-0, a 2-0 game. Ronaldo and Lawrence, and a 2-0 game. Ronaldo again. And then the final, Ronaldo and Messi didn't score. Oh my gosh. Championship team of the year. This time they recognised. I mean, look at the Brighton players there. But Ronaldo's up top with Messi out on the right. And Ronaldo again won the Championship Player of the Year. And his old mate Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney himself, got Manager of the Year. Well done, Wayne. This is promising. And it also looks like they haven't had to sell off any of the good young players. If they have, they've not got good money for them, or maybe they've left on a free. I'm not 100% sure on all the guys' names. And they managed to spend some money. Got a player from Arsenal. One from the Puskas Academy. That's cool. Brentford, Motherwell. A couple of freebies. A guy on a free from Liverpool. A few loans in. Harry Winks on loan. And enough. It was enough, wasn't it? They got Philippe Sandler, who I've got at Venezia. If you've not seen Building Venezia yet, go check it out. I'll put a link somewhere. Go check it out on my channel. I'm loving that series. If you've not watched it, go and watch it. And again, I've taken them over just to look at the financial situation at the club. It's not as good as last year, but they've spent money, haven't they? And they're in the Premier League. So they're going to start coining it in. It's got to survive in the Premier League. And the club's still in debt, but it's manageable. And again, if they can get up in that Prem and stay there, which is going to be a tough ask, I think. Even with Ronaldo and Messi, I think it's going to be a tough ask because the rest of the squad hasn't been invested in. And it's a Premier League. But even 1 year in the Premier League, and they could be okay financially. I want them to stay in the Prem. So, with a bit of Premier League money, Ronaldo and Messi, what are they going to do in the Prem? Have they got any chance? I mean, didn't Derby hold the record for the worst Premier League finish ever? Have they still got that record? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments for the lowest points tally. Is that going to happen again? Or can the old GOATs save them with only 2 years to go in their contracts? So here we are. It's the 1st of June, 2024, and Derby have survived. They finished 16th. On 38 points, only a point above the drop zone, level with Brentford and Fulham. Wow. Looks like they drew the last game of the season against Blackburn, who got relegated along with Brighton and Burnley. Bloody hell. Well, Ronaldo's not in the top goal scorers though. Got no Messi or anyone anywhere to be seen. But I'm guessing they helped. And Wayne is still the manager. And Ronaldo's also favoured personnel. Is he getting better? I think he is. His mentals are definitely increasing. I'm noticing more greens on his mentals. So fair play to Wayne, man. Let's check out Messi first this time. And he's still looking fantastic. He's still a cracking player. A legendary winger. You can score you a ton of goals. But in the Premier League this year, he played 36 times, scored 8, 9 assists. In the FA Cup, played 5 times. That's good, isn't it? Can't wait to see where they got there. Scored 1 goal, 3 assists. 2 games in the Carabao Cup, 1 goal. Over to the captain, Ronaldo. And again, he's still looking good, isn't he? For 39 years old. An elite striker. Natural fitness always helps. Let's have a look what he did. 33 games in the league, 16 goals, 3 assists. FA Cup, 5 games, 5 goals. Where'd they got there? The Carabao Cup, 2 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. So let's check out what Derby did this year, and they didn't start great. They got battered off Chelsea and Everton. Knocked out against Villa in the Carabao Cup 3rd round. But it was the FA Cup. They played 5 games. So what did they do in that? All the way to a semi-final. They got battered off Liverpool 4-0, but they knocked out Fulham, Blackpool, Cardiff. So you could say it's an easy-ish run. But when you look at the Premier League, it didn't start great, did it? I mean, they didn't win a game till Wolves 2-0. Didn't do great, beat Fulham 3-1. And again, I bet they were bottom. This kind of form is bottom 3. And then towards the end of the season, they picked up some results here, haven't they? Anyone really big? Burnley, no. Fulham. So they've beaten teams they should be beating. They beat Newcastle. That's a good result. And beat Villa. Enough is enough. They did it. On to Team of the Year, and it's dominated by Manchester City and Chelsea. No Ronaldo, no Messi. Player of the Year was Mr. Havertz, the young German from Chelsea. And I'd love to know what you think, Everton fans, but apparently Rafa Benitez was the best manager in the Premier League this year with Everton. And what amazes me is the first year in the Premier League, they risked it for a biscuit. Didn't spend anything. I mean, they've sold Jamilu Collins for 1.5 million, got a bit of money from loan fees, and spent 325 grand. Couple of free signings, and stuck with what they had and survived. That is brilliant, because if you can do that, which is risky, you've got that full season in the Premier League where you're going to get that mega money. It'd be interesting to see what they do next year. I can't believe they didn't spend any money and they've still done it, I'll be honest with you. And again, I've taken them over to check the finances out, and the gamble paid off. They're in the Premier League, they have survived. And look at the balance now, 92 million, 36 million to spend. You can't do this again, no Derby, you can't wing that again. Go spend that money. Let's kick on. And the club's in no debt. Bit of transfer debt, but that's peanuts in the Premier League. Looking alright for Derby, innit? All they've got to do in real life is sign Ronaldo and Messi. Now, before we go into the final season of Ronaldo and Messi being here at Derby, I thought we'd have a quick look at the squad, because it seems like they've managed to keep a lot of their good players, and Jason Knight is now worth between 22 and 65 million. So fair play. They've got Ben Gardner, who's a regen. He looks all right, doesn't he? Fair play. At right back, Dylan Williams, Max Bird. So a lot of these lads are still here, aren't they? Philip Sand, he's on his way out already. He's not too bad, to be fair. He's all right. I picked him up on a free, I think, for Venezia. But they've still seemed to have kept a lot of them players. Well, they've survived, and they finished 17th on 37 points, 1 point less than last year, on the same points as West Ham, Southampton and West Brom. It was goal difference that helped them survive. So it's a bit of a step back, really, isn't it? Again, no one in the goals, no one in the average ratings. But Wayne is still the manager. I don't know why, but I absolutely love that. Ronaldo is now an icon. Is Messi not an icon? Why is Lionel Messi not on here? And Rooney, I think he's getting better. His mentals are motivating in people management have definitely improved. But just in case you didn't notice, Everton got relegated. Finished 6th last year, and Benitez got manager of the year. He's been sacked this year. But let's take a look at Ronaldo and his season, and he's still a good player, isn't he? 40 years old, and look at his attributes. Not bad. Like I said, though, I've seen him retire at 39, but, you know, he's still going at 40. He can still do it. 38 games in the league. So he played every game. Scored 14 goals, 5 assists, 2 in the FA Cup, 1 goal, 2 assists. Carabao Cup, 7 games. That's 7 games. I'm trying to work it out. Is that a final? 9 goals, 1 assist. Over to Messi, and he still looks amazing. He's only 37. Still young. He's an elite winger. Wasn't he a legendary winger? He's elite now. He's gone back. People are starting to realise Messi's still top class. Stop taking the piss. Well, anyway, he played 36 games in the league, 11 goals, 12 assists, 2 in the FA Cup with 1 assist, and 7 in the Carabao Cup, 2 goals, 3 assists. What's going on in the Carabao Cup? So let's check it out, eh? Huddersfield, second round 4-0. Leeds 3-1 in the third round. Luton 3-0 in the fourth round. Quarter final, Forest, Derby, Ronaldo hat-trick. Semi-final, Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield. And then 4-0 with 4 goals from Cristiano Ronaldo. That's brilliant. And then they got to the final and lost it. 1-0 against Chelsea. Gutted for you lads. Absolutely gutted. Where's the FA Cup? They got knocked out in the fourth round 2-0 by Brentford. In the league, they started off pretty well and then bloody rubbish for ages, but they've picked up enough points. They've just about done it. And the team of the year is still dominated by Chelsea and City. Back to back for this young man for Player of the Year. And Diego Simeone is apparently Manchester City manager now, and he got Manager of the Year. I should have given it Wayne. Come on, stop taking the piss. And they listened to me and spent some money. Although they did recoup 25 million. They sold Max Bird, sold a couple of other good young players. Sandler, they got 7.25 million for, and they got him on a free. But they spent 54. Now, they brought in some decent players, to be fair, spent some good money. And then a couple of old United boys, Wayne. They got James Gardner on a free. Fosu Mensah on a free. What if I take him over for one last time, just to check the finances? The club's in a great spot. It is in a great spot, and 104 million in the bank, 77 million to spend. I mean, Wayne's still in his job. The club's still in the Prem. If they spend it wisely, they could do well. The only trouble is, Ronaldo and Messi are leaving now. At the end of this month, one's got to Portugal, one's got to Argentina. So we're going to jump forward another couple of years, see how those guys did at their new clubs. Let's have a quick look, see if they can still do it when they go home, and see what happens to Derby without him. So we jump forward now 2 years, and 39-year-old Lionel Messi has retired. What did he achieve though at Newell's Old Boys? Well, he played 1 season, 37 games, 6 goals, 14 assists. Not bad. Got into the next year and retired. And was a Super Copa Argentina runner-up. So he didn't achieve too much. On to Ronaldo. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo is hopefully staying in the game. He wants to be an assistant manager, and he too has retired. He played 1 season, just like Messi, for Sporting Lisbon. 34 games, 11 goals, 10 assists, great average rating. And he also nearly won a trophy for his last team. Runners-up in the Allianz Cup. But this is all or nothing Derby County. What happened to the Rams and Wayne Rooney after the GOATs left? Let's check it out. Well, the first season without him, they went straight down. All that money, obviously didn't spend it wisely. We'll check out in a second. They got relegated, 30 points, 4 points off Fulham. But they're going straight back up this year. They finished second, getting promoted behind Wolves. So they're going back to the Prem. But is Rooney still there? No, it looks like they sacked him towards the end of the season, that they went down, and brought in Giovanni van Bronckhorst, who obviously finished that season off. And he took the relegation. But now he's gotten promoted. So they ended up selling a lot of talent there, didn't they? I mean, they made some money on Ben Gardner, signed him on a free, sold him for 30. They sold Jason Knight, who was probably their best player behind Ronaldo and Messi, for 39 million to Everton. So recouped 80, spent 74. Did he spend it wise enough to replace the 2 big boys? Obviously not, because they went down. But this year, they're not messing. In the Championship, and spent 125 million. Although they've recouped, look how much they've made again. So that's it. That's the end of All or Nothing with Derby County. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the thumbs up, maybe even subscribe if you're new. Get involved in the comments, let me know what you think. Have a go of the save file. You'll find it down below in the description, along with a link to my Patreon and a link to my Offbeat podcast episode. Again, I'm going to keep promoting it for a while. Make sure you go check it out. Show it some support. Show me some support. But as always, like I always say, the most important thing to me is your view. You've sat here, watched this, and that's what I appreciate the most. I genuinely do. If you haven't already, go and catch up on some of the content. If you're in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. I enjoyed that. I love random videos. They're a lot of fun for me. Hopefully they are for you too. So stay happy, stay safe. I'm Bood. I love you long time. You know I do. Cheeky face. I'll see you later.